Future us, we have something that we want to tell you, or want to show you. Today is September 30th, 2017. It is currently 11:52. We are at Lowe's in Coronado.
Where we first met last year.
And we got engaged.
And we're going to tell you how.
She's going to tell you how.
We met for the first time at the Lowe's last July. Technically met for the first time because we knew each other before that. And my birthday was a couple days ago, and Andrew acted like he threw together this last minute surprise trip for my birthday to come out here. And so he told me we were going on a couple hikes and then going to like a show, a comedy show, and so to bring a nice outfit.
That's all I could think of. Yep, so I couldn't think of a reason to get her to dress up and look kind of nice because I had asked a photographer to come. So I was like, hey, how do I get Mackenzie dressed up nice enough to where she can look cute in the photo, but casual enough to where we can go to a casual restaurant and not have her feel silly. So comedy show was my thing, and we were driving and I told her that we were going to a comedy show, and I told her that it was somebody that we know. So she was like Googling it and trying to figure it out because she's a snooper. So I was like, hey, don't Google it, don't Google it, don't Google it. And she was like, it's somebody that we know, huh? And I was like, yeah. And she was like Googling specific comedians, and I was like, Mackenzie, stop snooping. She kept on like saying it's Chris D'Elia. And I was like, Mackenzie, stop snooping. And I knew it. Knew it. And she was like, when we were like walking this little trail that you'll find out about later, she was like, you are bad at surprising me. I knew it's Chris D'Elia, like, you're so bad. So, we're gonna go to a comedy show. We woke up today, Saturday, went to brunch. And how was your brunch?
So good. We had the best brunch ever at Leroy's in Coronado. So we went to brunch and then we went jet skiing. It was way fun, other than I like gave him a mad cut on his stomach. We went jet skiing and then we went home to get ready for the show and dinner. And he told me we had reservations, and I was getting ready and I like made us late. It was probably the latest I've ever made us for anything.
Because of our eyelashes.
I felt really bad. I had fake eyelashes on. So I made us late and I was getting ready and he seemed kind of stressed out and I felt bad. But we started driving and we got to the place where I thought we were going to go eat, which was where we had eaten the first weekend that we had been on a date together. Pomodoro. And there's like this path along the bay that he likes to walk down in San Diego, and it's like you pass like these pretty boats and these pretty houses, and then there's like this little tree swing.
The idea for this originated because when we were first dating, Mackenzie had a dream about us getting married and getting engaged. I have the text message saved. She texted me and so I had a dream, and she was like, you and I were driving to California with my mom and Dean, and we were in this pretty green area on the hill next to a river, and you had us pull over the truck to take in some scenery. And I made this joke about you proposing because everyone else was getting engaged recently. And then all of a sudden, you and my mom gave this look, and I was like, no way. And Dean was videotaping at this point, and you had set up this little trail-like thing along this creekside or riverside or whatever, with little stops along the way, with Polaroids from our dating life, plane tickets back and forth, notes and cards, etc. And you were explaining them and telling me how much you love me and stuff, and then at the end there was this ring waiting at the end. My mom and Dean were there, and so we went out with them afterwards. That was the inspiration.
And he made it come to life. We get there and I'm like, well, do you want to go put our name in at Pomodoro before we walk the path? And he's like, no, like, let's just walk this. I'm like, okay, whatever. And so we start walking this dirt path.
Got it.
And I have these like platform sandals on and I keep like falling over. I'm like complaining and I'm like, oh, my feet are getting dirty and it's cold.
She said, this is stupid, let's turn around.
And at one point he was like, well, you go back and I'll just walk to the swing myself. So I thought for sure, I had no idea this was gonna happen. And as we get closer, I noticed that they're like tea light candles. And as we got closer, I was like, is this for my birthday?
Yeah, so we walked up the path and there was a sign, and the first sign just said, I knew from the moment that I met you, and it was this picture, like the first picture that we ever took together. And it was just like pictures of us. Then it just said, first time that I met you, and then it was like through good and bad, and it was like some pictures of some good moments that we've had, and then some bad stuff that you'll kind of look at more when you look through it.
I was gonna say, what was the bad stuff? I don't remember. I don't remember anything from that.
And it just said like near or far, and it was like pictures of like us being long distance. It was like plane tickets from when we were long distance. Hotel room keys from when I go to work and like stay far away.
Which I've been finding around my room, and I'm like, why do these keep popping up? Like, can I just throw them away?
Polaroids and stuff, and so it says like near or far, way through the good times and the bad. I forgot which order it is in. And then it just says that
There's something about my future.
Yeah, and then it just said my future is with you. Just pictures of us and stuff.
And a card I had given him a while back that said like, when I think of my future, I think of you or something.
And she had these, when we were long distance, she would give me this, she gave me this little care package, and it said, open when. And it was like, open when you're mad at me, or open when you're having a really good day, or
you're mad at me.
Open when you miss me a whole bunch. And it was just like, pictures of things, and so I incorporated those into it. Like the first one on the first sign that said, I knew from the moment I met you, was open when you're thinking about our future. And that's cute. Up to the sign.
I still had no idea what was going on. And then the last sign was underneath the tree with the swing. His dad and
So the path
Mom
has a tree at the end of it. And there's a little swing. The end of the signs ends at that tree.
And his parents had gone ahead of time. And they like set all this nice pretty lights up in the tree, and then underneath it,
It timed really high up.
it was so amazing.
It was like really high.
There was a sign that said, will you marry me? And it was next to this really cute little rug with like rose petals. The whole thing was scattered with rose petals. And apparently he got down on his knee at some point and asked me to marry him. And
then I blacked out, and
I blacked out. I don't
with a ring on my finger.
I don't remember at all. And I just like, I literally only remember like it hit me that you asked me to marry you, and I just started crying and like sat down. Like I couldn't stand up. I was just like overwhelmed. And then I noticed the photographer was there like taking pictures. It was so much. My brain was like...
Yeah, you cried a lot.
I cried a lot.
So she walked up, and I showed her the first sign, and then she was kind of like,
is this for my birthday?
And then, yeah, she did say that. There's like signs and lights and stuff, and so her birthday was on
2 days ago?
Tuesday, and now it is Saturday. And she was like, is this for my birthday? Because it's my birthday week still. So we were like walking, and I was like taking her to different signs or whatever, and then I kind of drug her over to this little rug that had the rose petals on it next to the sign that says, will you marry me? And I got down on a knee, and she had told me, because she's been really fussy about wanting to get married and get engaged, and she was like, you need to promise me that you'll tell me and give me 6 months like heads up. And I was like, so no, like how about I'll tell you, hey, in the next 6 months, like I will propose to you. Keep in mind that could be like, hey, in the next 6 months, and like a week is in 6 months, but also 5 months and 3 weeks is in 6 months. And so I like was talking to her, and like when she realized, I was like, okay, well in 6 months, like in the next, like sometime within the next 6 months, I'm gonna marry you.
Wait, you said that?
Because I told you honest that I would tell you that.
I don't remember you saying.
And so I found a loophole.
I literally don't remember you saying any of this.
And then I just asked her to marry me. And then she just says, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my god. Like, didn't say anything. And then she took like 3 steps back and just sat on the ground. Like, and I was like still on my knee, kind of like too far away from her at this point.
This is awkward.
I was like, does that mean yeah or no? Or... And then she still didn't say yes. But I took it as a yes. And put the ring on her finger. And then I give her a hug and a kiss.
And then we started walking back to the car because we still had dinner reservations.
We did.
We did.
We did.
And so we're walking to dinner, and I looked in a window and I saw his mom, and I like screamed and like ran.
Oh my god!
And ran into the restaurant, and my mom and my stepdad and his mom and dad were there waiting for us to have dinner with us.
Thank you very much, Mom and Dad and Christina and Dean, for coming out.
The whole thing was so perfect and so beautiful, and it was a dream.
And she just admires her ring sometimes.
Old Andrew.
I love you, old got the best. Love you, old Mackenzie.
Really old Andrew.
You're looking good, old Andrew.
Probably
looking good.
I hope you're salt and pepper.
Hope you don't have a receding hairline.
You do.
I'll love you even if you're salt and pepper. Oh, Mackenzie, you're so hot. Is hot still a thing that they say? You're banging.
I look like Cruella de Vil with my hair like this. No, I look like Lemony Snicket's on, I look like the Series of Unfortunate Events guy.
You going Super Saiyan? Alright guys, we love you, and we love each other, and we're engaged now, and this is a wonderful beginning of a new season of our life, and we're really excited to go into it, and looking forward to the lessons that we're going to learn, the good ones and the difficult ones. Hopefully they just enable us to grow stronger, and get more in love with each other, and better able to really just give each other what they need and want. Love them. And no matter what, we'll love you for the rest of my life. Just talk to you soon.